They took everything from us.
This is a complete retelling of the legend of King Arthur from the perspective of the Lady of the Lake. So I'm curious, what was the most sort of surprising thing you learned either about your character or about the legend itself?
That it's not true. That was quite surprising. I thought that, that there had been a King Arthur at some point. There's no proof that he even ever existed. So it sort of seems to be like a myth based on a myth based on a myth based on a myth.
In every legend, they touch on the female characters, but we never see any of them really delved into or fleshed out in the same way that the male characters like King Arthur and Merlin and the Knights of the Round Table are. So it's such a familiar tale that's ingrained within our literature. But at the same time, we've never seen it in the way that we have.
I always interpreted this person as like a real person, and that I thought, okay, it's based off of a real person who did all these incredible feats. Being a person of color playing the role, I was like, yeah, I have every right to play this role, because if we can believe in a magical sword, we should be able to believe in a person of color playing this role. And it's really one of those stories where it's long overdue.
I promised her, Arthur, and I will keep that promise.
I'm curious, what other female badass TV and film characters are some of your favorites?
I grew up loving sci-fi and action. Angelina Jolie's Tomb Raider, Jennifer Lawrence's Katniss Everdeen, that was such an iconic character, and I just remember it really resonated with so many people, myself and my friends included.
I volunteer as tribute.
Big one for me would probably be XENA. I mean, I loved that show. I watched that all the time growing up.
You got in the way? It's a war, Gabrielle.
Uma Thurman in Kill Bill, her movements, the gracefulness of her work.
Oh, great. I don't care.
All I can think of is evil characters, which
Those are good too.
Cruella de Vil. I am against animal cruelty. I don't vibe with her, but she is a powerhouse.
Miserable darling as usual, perfectly wretched.
I remember when I was a little kid, with Diana Rigg playing Emma Peel in The Avengers. The power and the sexiness of that character was one this little boy was completely enraptured with.
I see you attacked by two large...
What?
Things.
Working with Frank Miller, I mean, you think of Elektra as, one of those early, scary, badass characters that leave an impression on you. And I'm a lifelong Frank Miller fan, someone who's, known for writing and illustrating, really strong female heroes, anti-heroes.
Don't worry. That's not that bad.
PIPPI Longstocking, I think that's like the original badass female character. First of all, she's strong enough to lift her own horse. She doesn't play by the rules. She goes her own way. She's true to herself in a society when that was very frowned upon, especially for a young woman. Here's the PIPPI.
Awesome.